guys, welcome back to Trisha Day. So this video is extremely late. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. I moved this week, so I was planning on taking a bit off to pack and unpack and whatnot, but after a couple of days of Trisha coming out with her statement, I realized that not a lot of people were talking about it on YouTube, so I kind of just had to roll up my sleeves and do it myself. And yes, Trisha T Tuesday has gone to shit because I just can't keep up with the schedule, so okay, sue me. Also, I kind of feel a little bit scared right now because last time I talked about Trisha Paytas' podcast on my channel, she copyright striked me over 3 times. We don't know how many times she actually did, but yeah, the 3 is all that matters. So I guess now we know why no one is talking about this. Because people are scared of Trisha, but that ain't gonna hold me back from spilling all the tea for you guys. So this podcast is over an hour long, and yes, I watched the entire thing, so you guys are welcome in advance. She starts off the podcast talking about how much she loves being on social media and making content is a way for her to connect with the world. She says that she comes from a past of trolling inspired by Andy Kaufman. She even admits that a lot of her trolling bits were ripped off by him, and she liked the attention she would get at the time, even if it was negative attention. I don't know why she insists on talking in the past tense. She's clearly still a troll. And honestly, girl, like, it's okay. Be a troll. Just try not to 1, hurt anyone, or 2, expect people to take you seriously when you aren't trolling. She says that while she has never made racist jokes in the past, she has sang the N-word a couple of times. Trisha, I beg to differ. But she does apologize for everything she's done. She even brings up her transgender video she made last year. She still says that she has gender identity struggles, but she now sees why she offended people. Same thing with the DID thing this year. She says she only talked through her feelings. Trisha, I don't think you making a dumb video switching between identities and mocking people with DID is you talking through your feelings. Like, what? Just admit you were trolling, apologize, make a donation or something, and move the fuck on. She tries to defend her DID videos by saying that she always has moments where she blacks out and doesn't remember, so she truly thought she had DID. Bitch, I think that's just called drugs and alcohol, but okay. But she does apologize to the DID community because she doesn't really have a diagnosis. I don't know, I kind of have a hard time seeing the sincerity, but to each their own. Then she brings up Jenna Marbles quitting YouTube. She says Jenna did the right thing by apologizing on YouTube, which is her biggest platform. But then again, Tricia herself didn't put out her apology on her biggest platform. In fact, I think her podcast channel with only 116,000 subscribers is her smallest platform on the internet. Tricia, don't you think you should have posted this video on your main channel by any chance? She talks about the video she made saying that being gay is a choice. She blames what she said in that video on the fact that when she was growing up, she was never around gay people, so she truly thought that way. But Trisha, why did you feel the need to make a video on something that you don't know anything about? I just don't get it. She says she likes this new trend of being held accountable on YouTube because she was able to learn from her own mistakes. She also talks about her dressing up as a black maid in her Leonardo DiCaprio music video. She admits that she shouldn't have done that, but she says she was not doing blackface, she was just extremely tan. She says that every time she's cosplayed a certain race or specific person, it has always been out of appreciation for that person or culture, and it was never out of hatred. She then talks about Shane Dawson. She emphasizes the fact that she isn't defending him in any way or excusing his behavior, but says that he does truly have a genuine heart. She agrees with the fact that the jokes he's made about children in the past are disgusting and there's no excuse for that, but she says that if Shane was being held accountable for making underage jokes, then everyone who's made such jokes in the past should be held accountable, and brings up David Dobrik as an example. She says a joke is a joke and everyone should be held accountable to the same standards.
How is Little Huddy 17 living in a hype house? Me and Little Huddy could be the next power couple. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
She then goes on to talk more about the Vlog Squad, really just repeating most of the stuff she said in this video, but this time she also adds in animal cruelty to the terrible things they've done. In regards to Liza Koshy's apology, Trisha says it was only a first step, but it just wasn't personal. Moving on to Jeffree Star, she says that she's had issues with him in the past. He did make fun of her for her weight and skin, but she doesn't want to add on to the hate mob against him. And what he's done to her is absolutely nothing compared to all the more serious things going on right now. If this were true, I would have so much respect for Tricia, but I kind of have a feeling she's not talking about Jeffree because she's scared of him and his power. Just like everyone else who stayed silent for so long. Just like Morphe, who dropped Shane Dawson, but not Jeffree. The Morphe thing could also be because Jeffree has stakes in Morphe, but that's a whole other video. Then, for some reason, she goes on about Gabby Hanna again, calling her obsessive and scary, saying she's harassing her. Apparently, she's tried to sue Gabby before, but her lawyer said that she can't because she's a public figure and would have to prove losses. She goes back to talking about David and the Vlog Squad again. Damn, she's making this whole summarizing thing really easy for me because she's really just repeating all the same stuff. Tricia says that even jokes about race or sexualizing underage children is not okay, and we should be smarter with comedy. And while it's necessary to call people out on their mistakes, constantly bringing it up once they've already apologized is doing no good, because now it's the time to educate them and help them grow. You don't have to accept anyone's apology if you don't want to, but give the person their space so they can grow, because anger can only breed more anger and more hate. And not gonna lie, I mean, this girl can make sense if she wants to. Going back to the Brandon thing, she says that a grown-ass adult male is responsible to ask for a girl's ID prior to having sex with them if she looks young. Why is Tricia making sense? She says people cherry pick who to cancel and who to leave off the hook based off of how rich, famous, young, and good-looking they are. So they just choose to ignore all the things David Dobrik and the Vlog Squad have done. She says there's a difference between a friend making fun of another friend because of their weight, which is just drama, and serious allegations such as sexual assault, molestation, and being conditioned by older men in positions of power. She says whoever is attracted to girls under 25 is gross because their brains aren't fully developed yet. I feel like 25 is kind of pushing it. I mean, a 30-year-old dating a 24-year-old is completely normal and okay. I think she just said this to support her argument against Jason hitting on 19-year-old Tana because technically it wasn't illegal, but just weird, really. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the things Tricia said in this video are hypocritical and false, but there are also a lot of the things she said that are true and that I agree with. With regards to the guys hitting on underage girls thing specifically, I know she speaks from personal experience just from having followed her for a long ass time. I know she was also into dating older men from a young age and had negative experiences with that, so I don't blame her for being triggered by the Jason and Tana situation. But she has to stop talking about it because Jason jokingly hitting on Tana is just not enough to make any allegations against someone. She just simply needs to stop talking about it. Ultimately, she says that she does believe in second, third, and even fourth chances. She's doing all this just because she wants people to stand up and take accountability, which, by the way, David Dobrik has. He did go on his podcast a couple of days ago and very vaguely said that he regrets a lot of the jokes he's made in the past.
Every video I make, every Instagram I post, everything I do, I just want to cheer somebody up. I feel like on a handful of occasions, I've just missed the mark on that. And that really, really bums me out. And that kind of sucks that it took me so long to understand. But I think when we went to our first Black Lives Matter protest, and I was looking through my DMs afterwards, and it's one thing to get DMs from somebody going, hey, your video's so funny, or this was so funny, but it's a completely different thing to get DMs about how much your alliance with a cause means for that person and their family, or how much it means that you're using your voice to amplify theirs. Like, that is a completely different feeling. But that's when I realized, holy shit, there's people that are seriously looking up to me for things more than just something goofy. You know, I think for a while I was kind of just like, I'm the goofball. That's all I am. But I think there's parts of this where I need to be more serious because I want to be a good role model for the people watching. And I'm ashamed and I'm embarrassed about some of the things I did in videos or in Vines or whatever I was doing. And I genuinely feel awful about it. And I'm going to do better actively, and I'm going to do that consistently, and you know, you have my word for that, and I promise that. And if I'm anything, I'm a man of my word. And I just want to say that if there was a kid who saw something from me that didn't make them feel welcomed or just made them feel uncomfortable, I'm sorry. I did not ever mean to make anybody feel out of place. I genuinely just want to make you have a good time, and I'm going to do that from here on out, and I'm going to do a better job at it.
A lot of people weren't really happy with this apology because of how vague and short it was, and it just didn't come off as too sincere. I personally don't know how I feel about it, just because, I mean, what do you want from this guy? You wanted an apology, he gave you an apology. Some people just aren't as good with verbalizing their feelings and their thoughts as others, and from having listened to David's podcast for a while now, I know David's one of those people. Alright guys, how do you feel about all of this? Is Tricia right to still keep talking about David and the vlog squad? Because guys, she still is to this day. Literally up until an hour ago, she was tweeting about it. So clearly David's apology wasn't sufficient for her. Comment down below what you guys think. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys. See you guys in the next video. Bye.